Alright guys, second video for the day. Hopefully this will be a little bit more happy. Probably not. Representative Gettys highlights possibility Antifa infiltrated Trump march. So, Representative Matt Gaetz is a Florida Republican, suggested Antifa could have been responsible for the events on Capitol Hill. While debating election certification Wednesday, he highlighted President Trump's explicit calls for his supporters to take part in the peaceful demonstration in March. Gaetz went on to bring up the report stating facial recognition company used the software to identify two Philadelphia-based Antifa members in the crowd. I don't know if the report is true, but the Washington Times reported blah, 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 blah. Now, the Washington Times has later come out and said that's not true, right? But they were sort of right. New York Post known Antifa members posed as pro-Trump to infiltrate Capitol protests. Sources. So the GOP is dead. They joined the National Socialist Workers Party to destroy us, or whatever. So, what is this? Right. Two known Antifa members posed as pro-Trump to infiltrate Capitol Hill riot, sources say. Chaos unfolds amid a huge crowd at the Capitol Hill. At least two known Antifa members were spotted among the throng of pro-Trump protesters at the Capitol Hill on Wednesday, the law enforcement sources told the Post. Antifa members disguised themselves with pro-Trump clothing to join the DC rioting, said the sources who spotted the infiltrators while monitoring video coverage of the Capitol. The infiltrators were recognized due to their participation in the New York City demonstrations and believed to have joined the rioting so that Trump would get blamed, the sources said. A Washington Times reporter initially saying that two other protesters were initially Philadelphia-based Antifa members, citing a retired military officer with access to facial recognition software, but that outlet deleted the article after the software company told BuzzFeed News the story was outright false. So they are claiming that sources say this, and we do have this that went around. So, photos reports show Antifa infiltrators storming the Capitol building. On November 4th, don't forget to disguise yourself as patriot Trump supporters. Wearing mega hats, flags. So this is obviously leading up to, this is them on the 4th, trying to blame Trump for it, or trying to blend him with Trump. So it's not like it's an unheard possibility. They also do, like, I believe this guy, there's been reports that he's Antifa and stuff like that. Update. Breaking former FBI agent on the ground at the US Capitol just texted me and confirmed that at least one busload of Antifa thugs infiltrated peaceful Trump demonstrations as a part of a false Trump flag ops. Facial recognition firm claims Antifa, which they then later apparently deleted. Corrected. Facial recognition identifies extremists storming the Capitol. An early version of the story incorrectly stated that facial recognition software identified among them did not identify any Antifa members. The Washington Post put there, right. So that part's been debunked. Early indications show Antifa behind the Capitol break that was deliberate. What's this here? That's been deleted. Right. So we do know that, for example, one of the members that was at this was Baked Alaska. Baked Alaska actually left the Trump campaign back in like 2017 and actually joined the left. Now there's reports also that he supposedly claimed that he was brainwashed and came back to the MAGA movement. Baked Alaska is a bit of a Klingon. He's a bit of a grifter. So I imagine he just wanted to go through and obviously just basically latch on to whatever can get him popularity. But the guy's gone through and made music videos where he's like claimed that cops are killers and, you know, and all the defund the police and all that sort of stuff. You know, the typical right-wing point of view, you know, sure. A pipe bomb found at the RAC headquarters has been planted by the same radical, causing the chaos at the Capitol Hill. So this is the thing too, right? There was actual 2 pipe bombs that were found at the Capitol building. One was at the RNC and one was at the Democrats. So whoever it is like I say, Antifa would probably be who I would guess. Antifa doesn't like the left or the right. They're just aligned with the left at the moment because they need an ally. The riot shield's a dead giveaway. And we do have more proof that this might have actually been Antifa. People are saying that's the hammer and sickle. Apparently it's actually from a video game. This guy has been identified because of his badge. He's got a badge around his neck from work. And he's been fired, apparently. This guy has been photographed a few times at a Black Lives Matter protest. And this guy is supposedly Antifa. I would say this guy's probably Antifa because he's got a mask on. Trump supporters don't normally wear masks. But the 2 known Antifa members opposes Trump, the infiltration. I don't suppose it's going to tell us who they were, though, do they? At least 2 known Antifa members are spotted among the throngs of Trump at the Capitol on Wednesday, law enforcement sources told the Post. The Antifa members disguised themselves with pro-Trump clothing to join the DC rioting. The infiltrators were recognized due to their participation in the New York City demonstrations. Don't suppose you're going to let us know who it is, though, are you? No, of course not. They're believed to have joined the rioting so that Trump will get the blame, which is seemingly working really well at the moment. A Washington Times report claimed that 2 other protesters... Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I keep saying about that. But we also do have this, for example. This is the guy that walked out with the Nancy Pelosi's podium. And here he is here at a Black Lives Matter BLM protester. At a rally for Black Lives Matter. So, you know, like I say, there's definitely something funny going on. And then when you get to situations like this, for example. Now, this is a video taken from outside the Capitol building when they're trying to smash their way in. What I want you guys to do is listen carefully to the audio. So you can hear him saying there, no Antifa, Antifa are breaking the windows, no Antifa, Antifa breaking the windows, and you hear the crowd booing and stuff like that. And you actually, there's another video where you actually see the guys actually someone takes the baton from the guys trying to break the window and, yeah, takes it off them. So, like I say, it's entirely possible that this actually was Antifa. We originally reported it was because that's what we were hearing on the ground that it was. And as far as I know, until someone has corrected me, I'm going to assume it is. Because this has more to do with sort of their MO than it does with Trump supporters. You know, there was only 100 to 200 people that went on the inside, and there was like 100,000 on the outside. So the vast majority of people that went into this building weren't actually Trump supporters. I don't think they were anyway. Like I say, Baked Alaska, he's not necessarily a Trump supporter. He's a grifter. He's put out music videos going on about how bad cops are. You know, up until recently, that's not... And this video was put out years ago. He ousted himself as a progressive years ago. He said he was a progressive. You know, people claim he's a white nationalist and so that sort of stuff. They're not Trump supporters either. I can tell you now, the alt-right hates Trump. I don't know how many times I have to tell people this. The alt-right hates him. Mainly because his daughter's getting married to a Jew. They hate him for it. They think he's pawned off his daughter to the Jewish community. And combine that with what's happened over in Israel and stuff like that with Jerusalem and stuff, they can't stand him. How do you think he's alt-right? But, you know, the left is just... The media's told people this, so maybe the media believes him. But, yeah. Oh, here's the original video here. This is the video I was talking about. Watch this guy here. So you can actually see someone comes up and takes the bat off him, and the crowd cheers. So, you know. Dave Rubin, there's got to be another angle with his face. Yeah, there's not. Could probably ask him who he is, but it looks like he's got a pretty good covering. So he's got a helmet on, and he's got Trump on it, and he's got like a brown coat. So you might be able to go through like previous footage and find a guy that looks like that. Maybe autistics at 4chan, maybe. But yeah, as I say, look, at the end of the day, I don't think this guy's a Trump supporter. I imagine he would be Antifa. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Be up soon. Talk to you soon.